My name is Katrina Parrott, and I'm originally from D.C. I'm a native of Washington, D.C. I am not an illustrator. I'm not a technical person. My background is primarily in procurement, contracts, and that type of thing, but I know how to pull a team together, and I pulled a phenomenal team together, and that's how we created iDiversicons, the first diverse emoji. And I'm back home to share something pretty exciting, which is a documentary that I'm featured in about emoji. I started out over 5 years ago. My daughter came home from school. She was going to UT at the time, and she said to me, it sure would be nice to be able to send an emoji to my friends that look like me. And my first question was, over 5 years ago, what's an emoji? So, but after she explained it to me, I got really, really excited. And so instead of just creating an emoji for African Americans, we decided to expand it and be inclusive to create one that represented the world. So we're the first to come up with the invention for the 5 skin tones. We started like in June of 2013. We had all of the emojis created, the illustrations, we got copyrights on them, and 5 months later, we were in the Apple Store. So we launched in our app in the Apple Store on October the 11th, 2013. When I found out about Unicode, I spent a lot of time in Silicon Valley partnering with the Googles of the world, the Microsofts of the world, and the Apples of the world. And I said, I want mine to be as seamless as yours. How do you do yours? And so they said, well, ours are fonts. They're just like the alphabets on the keyboard. So I said, well, I want mine to be like yours. So one of the Microsoft people introduced me to the person who created the fonts for them. And so I reached out to him. I said, okay, I want you to convert mine to fonts. And he says, well, Katrina, you don't want to spend the money unless they are going to actually adopt it and use it. And so after he spoke with them, he says, they don't want to do that. He said that basically they want you to stay as a third-party developer, and they're supportive of you, but they're not willing for you to put your emojis on their keyboard. So wow. I was a little bit disappointed with it, but I said, I'm just going to make mine the best that they can be, because they've changed the rules. At one time, you could just, come up with the idea and put it out there, and it was yours. But now you got to put some money into it. So basically, within a year after you've published whatever it is that you have to go and get a patent, file for the patent application. And then you go back and forth with the examiners and to prove that it is that you were the first on the scene. Ideally, being the first on the scene, my goal was to, like I said, to monetize it and make as much money as possible. It has not resulted in such, but the thing that I get the most comfort out of is the fact that we're still touching lives. There was a gentleman who purchased the app. He's a paraplegic. And his wife reached out to me and she says he wants to be able to send your emojis to his friend because he was in a wheelchair and he's into fishing, and we have the disability. We were the first to introduce the disability emojis in 2015. And she reached out to me. She said, it's working. He is so happy. Thank you so much. The documentary, like I said, they reached out to me because I was the first. Now we have emojis that we can put side by side, and you can select multiples. And now we just recently added the animated GIFs. So my product, believe me, it's equally as good or better than anything out there. The name is iDiversicons, the first diverse emoji, and it's in the Apple Store, and you may also get it in the Google Play Store. And there are over 1,000 emojis for $1.99. I tell you, this is an amazing opportunity, and I'm just grateful and honored to be a part of it.